Hey everybody, it's the last Yokai here. I'm joined by Cool Guy. We're onto the Nioh DLC, and there's gonna be a lot of
Get
cutscenes
your
ahead.
Ron Paul gifts, cause it's happening!
It's time for, like, my favorite character.
The one-eyed dragon himself!
Oh yeah, and we're kicking it off with a cutscene in Aoba Castle. On top
Oh,
of Mount
God.
Aoba. I hope you like snow. There's a lot of snow in
I
this
hate
DLC.
snow, it's too cold. But I'm not the one who has to feel it, so, you know, like, I can appreciate it from an aesthetic sense, from afar.
物珍しいだろうが、当家は異国との付き合いもあるゆえ。いえ、失礼いたした。半蔵殿、こたびはどのような要件か。世は家康様のお力で天下太平。よもや今さら調略に見えたわけでもあるまい。
誠に今は太平の世でござる。それも伊達方が関ヶ原の戦いの最中に上杉を抑えた働きあってのこと。太平の礎に力添えくださった政宗殿にはお礼の言葉も見つかりませぬ。政宗殿、拙者欧州であやかしの動きありという噂を耳にいたした。
これは異なことを。あやかしなど取るに足らぬ噂でござろう。
重長殿、太平は守り続けることこそ寛容。どのような火種が天下に災いをもたらすやもしれませぬ。
よかろう。あやかしのことを耳にいたせばお主に知らせよう。
かたじけない。ではこれにて。
半蔵殿は異国の者とあやかしを重複したと聞く。確か
安心は死にもした。
ほう、それは惜しいことをした。鬼を切るという男、この目で見たかったものよ。
Weren't you supposed to be dead?
わしがつく隙間もありそうじゃ。それ今は太平の世。人々の信心がよみがえり、わしらに似たまもこの通りよみがえったのじゃ。全ては巡り巡る。そう、この国に再び霊石を用いた戦乱が起ころうとしておるのだ。お主も察しておろう。半蔵に危機が迫っておる。半蔵は 欧州の言う伊達政宗が霊石を集めておると突き止め、その目的を追っておる最中に消息を絶ったのじゃ。アンジーよ、急ぎ欧州へ向かってくれ。新たまの気配も強い。気をつけるのじゃ。
Well, the DLC is definitely off on the right foot already. Big
Oh,
fan
yeah.
of that. Except for your damn helmet. I hate that thing.
But we can't stop here.
This is Shell Country.
We're heading to Tono. Tono is an interesting place in terms of Japanese folklore history. You might actually call it the spiritual capital of Japanese folklore. In no small part because a fella named Kunio Yanagita, he was a scholar in the early 20th century, wrote a bunch of books. He was very interested in like history from the perspective of commoners and folklore and culture and things like that. And he wrote more than one book about the folk legends and tales of Tono and other places, which is where a lot of the more famous things like kappa and such are featured. So where we're eventually we're essentially going is yokai country. This is like the home of the modern understanding of yokai.
It's almost as bad as Bat Country, but, you know, yokai. So, I mean, at least it's a mixed bag, question mark? At least Mischief isn't, like, completely evil, question mark?
Mm-hmm. And so I was just showing there off like some of my gear and stuff, but the Yasakani Magatama is a very important accessory if you can get it, because it puts a -1 on your requirement to have a set bonus. So if you've got one item from a set, it qualifies as having 2. And so just having one piece of a set will often give you an extra damage reduction bonus with most sets. So if it looks like I'm wearing a hodgepodge of different pieces of sets, that's why.
That also explains why you were seemingly taking so little damage against Oda and the Obsidian Samurai.
Yes, because I was buffing myself up.
You had way more defense than you, strictly speaking, should have. 16,000.
Yeah, keep an eye on those damage numbers as we go on. I may have made myself a little too powerful for the introduction of this game, but when I first played this game, the doorman here basically sent me away to go level up some more when I first played this DLC. And don't worry, we'll be getting to see the doorman in a moment. He is a literal doorman. He is the bouncer at the gates. He's going like all of these guys.
I love the fact that they went through the trouble of having a doorman just be like, no, just stop, I know, I see you trying to do like some sort of sick gamer move up there, and just stop.
You can't get around him. You literally can, unless there's like someone knows like a glitch or like a trick or a wall hack or something, in which there aren't really that any in Nioh that I'm aware of. You don't really see it like you do with like Sekiro, where someone basically just jumps halfway across the map through a hole in the floor and fights a boss that they shouldn't even been able to have gotten near. This is, and you can do similar in Dark Souls games. Like Nioh at the very least has its has all its boundaries in place.
Now you've got me curious. I'm gonna go see what like a glitched speed run of Nioh looks like.
Well, you better hold off on that because we're about to meet the doorman, and the doorman is quite a sight. Here he is.
The Revenant.
Told you, he's the bouncer.
The grave. Oh man, Hollywood could not have placed that better.
Say hello to our first new yokai, the Rokurokubi. The Rokurokubi is a yokai that comes about of a person being cursed. And during the daytime hours, they are a normal human. At night, the head takes on a life of its own, extends its neck, and goes around causing mischief. Most people who are a Rokurokubi have no idea until somebody else tells them. and they may go the entirety of their life not knowing.
I will admit that is one particular yokai I was totally unfamiliar with until you started talking about it. That was incredible. It was something straight out of a fucking acid trip, and I absolutely adored
the
it.
Roku Rokubi is actually one of the more famous yokai that you will see in a lot of Japanese folklore and Japanese horror stories. They're typically, however, women. And are usually a sort of a punishment on the husband or father who has committed some very grave crime. And what this means now is that literally any enemy that we fight in the game can now just happen to turn out to be a Roku Rokubi. So
that, like, man, now you've got me all paranoid. Like this is suddenly turned into like a game of werewolf, only with bendy necks and death.
Yeah, sometimes
werewolf
you
has
might
lots of
find
death,
that the guy that you're attacking has way more health than you thought, and has an amazing set of moves. But we've got some more new yokai here as well. The Red Kappa.
Yeah, see the Kappa over there skulking around.
And around the place we'll find some kunai thrown by Hanzo, and we can use it to sort of get a little bit of a narrative from him. These particular Kappa, their shells don't break and release Emrida, so they're actually a lot harder to fight from the front. They also don't run from you, and they have a host of attacks that cause paralyzation, including throwing water from their heads at you. So you sort of have to be careful of that a little. And I will eventually remember this when I fight them, and then later put anti-paralysis on my hotbar because
like half the time you've known that there has been paralysis up there ahead, and you still haven't put it on there just because you're just like, I'm certain it's fine. And then in your defense, like half the time it is fine. So
even though I'm a lot stronger now, the enemy have a significant strength to their hits, so my health can still evaporate quite significantly. And I know some people will be like, he said you do, they take less damage from the back, but he still seems like he's doing more damage. Keep in mind those damage numbers are still only like a few hundred higher, whereas if I was attacking from behind, they should be even higher than that. So, you still get a bit of a back attack advantage, it's not that great. So we're gonna take our Tengu fan off.
And putting on anti-paralytic needle, you're just like, oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Yeah,
that's a thing that happened.
You never know when you're gonna get bopped. Honestly, I should put antidote on as well, because the Roku Rokubi, they do two kinds of breath attacks. They do poison and fire, and they have two attacks for both of those. The first is where they just spit a ball of poison or a ball of fire. There's no set poison one or fire one. They can do both, all of them. Or they will do a breath attack where it just sort of moves out in front of them, similar to the wheel monk attack when he does it, and they can do that as poison as well. because
it wasn't annoying enough when wheel monk was. Oh hi! Wow, I completely missed that Oni bee.
Yeah, some mini bees.
Not Oni bee. That's an Umibozu. What the hell am I thinking? Jesus.
Mini Bozus. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's okay.
mini Bozus.
I
I screwed you up. That was my fault.
I mean, Oni bees are super annoying, so don't worry about it.
I mean, just what is the yokai that pisses me off most? I guess Oni bee came first to mind.
So see, he started to throw his thing, and my paralysis bar did fill up quite a bit. Oh, interesting.
We crave violence in combat. This is no place for you. You don't know William very well, do you?
But at the same time, when was the first time we ever had a yokai say to us, you really shouldn't be here, this is, not safe for you, human?
At this point, we've murdered enough of them that one of them was bound to be a little bit odd eventually.
Well, you might find they're all fairly odd around here.
We're all mad here, Robokai says, tilting his hat and filling his teacup.
As long as I'm wearing the mollusk helmet.
You know what? Since we're talking about the Mad Hatter, I'll admit that stupid damn helmet for once. Okay, so that's quite an arc he has on that son of a bitch.
Yes, and it's because he's got quite a large range thanks to his neck.
He's also not you know the size of a house too. Like that was way more of like an overall arc than for example the oh darn it, I'm blanking out on all sorts of names today. Your nemesis, the lightning, the like giant
the
lightning doggo. Nioh, thank you. Like the Nioh does the like lightning beam, and it was nowhere near. It had nowhere near the overall coverage of that fire beam.
It's so to see that the sheer number of attacks that the Rokuro Kubi can do is quite impressive. They also have a grab attack.
Oh dear me.
They also have a few attacks where they sort of push you away, and the body actually swings their weapon. They have a lot of moves, and I quite like that. They're all fairly well telegraphed, and they're all they all punish you if you try and stay too long to get hits.
You say they're fairly well telegraphed, but like by my reckoning, the difference between watching that guy start gargling his phlegm to shoot that poison beam and you responding was like a quarter of a second.
Well, I mean, you do get used to it. They will kill you a lot when you first start out because you're just going to be like, what the hell is this doing? What is this attack? Oh my god. Your tells are basically how the head wobbles. But the attacks all do have the attacks all do have sort of similarities to them. They have a bit of an arc, things like that. So the response to one is not necessarily a bad response to all of them.
Yeah, you still got Neck Boy behind you. Can't blame you for wanting to go living with.
He wasn't really.
He just
kind of
screwed off, didn't he?
Yeah, that can happen sometimes.
Okay.
Just fighting on a ledge is fun.
Yeah.
You can sort of see the Amrita in the necks, in the base of the neck as well as on the top of the Rokuro Kubi.
I feel like that head grew 3 sizes that day.
The grab attack is pretty fun. I don't think I get hit with it, but essentially wraps around you and then the body just stabs you with the weapon. Actually, I might get caught with it. We'll see.
Hey Kappa, how you doing there, buddy? Donk. Ooh.
See, I told you they do have some damage.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting that to drain both your health and your stamina. Sorry, Key.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I mean, it's how it's used.
Yeah. But I was aware how troublesome that area can be, and that's why I'd slapped on my extra life, as it were. I will be trying to get myself another extra life as quickly as possible for later.
Like the game just sort of nudging you with anti-paralytic needles, even though by rights you should still have like a gorillion of them by this point.
You never know. This guy is just like really aggro.
Hey guy!
They'd sit at the top of the thing, you'd shoot their rock, and they'd be like, well, I guess that's gone forever, and then wait till you like snuck right up on him. No, not this guy. This particular
this dude is so happy to be here, and
yeah,
you're going to murder him. I still even after all of this time. By the way, I still love the monk yokai's way of restoring their ki after it's been depleted. Stomp. They just do that massive sumo stomp. It's just like that. Just looks so damn cool. I love that so much.
So yeah, now we've done a wide circuitous route. We can go down to that cave, but there is a little area we haven't actually gone to yet. I'm just sort of looking here. It's like, yep, okay. I have reset all these guys. I'll double back instead then.
Not praying at the shrine to make sure you don't have to clear this entire area again.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And of course, I make a bit of a mistake here because this shortcut actually has a tree you can knock down, and I don't knock it down. So, yeah, I just mucked up a little there, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of a walk around to get back to where we were.
Watch, that'll be the biggest problem you have this entire level, and everybody watching this episode is just going to have an aneurysm.
I think this level gave a lot of people an aneurysm just by how hard everything hits.
Hey, by the way, if you have an aneurysm watching this, now you know how I feel playing with Robokai half the time.
We're just,
This is my life.
This is the first recording after the double rabbit incident from the
I swear
forest.
to God.
Just watch
like, so
watch the
if-
second the forest stream to find out. Because if we get this boy started, he won't ever finish.
I'll give the very short version of it. I promise.
Short version of it.
Swear to God. So yeah, we're streaming the forest. You guys, like, if you're watching this, you might not
Oh my
join our streams. That's fine. That's fine. We love you for watching anyway. We'd also love to have you on our streams, but it's up to you. So one of the things, if you're not familiar with the forest, is you have to kill wildlife to get stuff to upgrade yourself. Hot springs.
Hot springs.
Hot springs. And rabbits are very fast. They're almost like they require a lot, like an infinite amount of luck to kill with anything short of the bow, which is like the weapon that they intend for you to use. It does, however, happen that rabbits get stupid and they run around your feet and you can kill them with any weapon. It's rare though. Like in the 60 some odd hours I've had logged on the forest, I've had this happen to me maybe 3 times. In one fucking stream, Robokai had it happen to him 3 times. What? Like 45 seconds apart for 2 of them. I nearly had a stroke on stream. Like I set a rock on fire and started chasing after him with it. This was so goddamn furious. Fuck.
Yeah.
This is what, like so you have an aneurysm, I have aneurysms. This is what it's like. Suffer with me.
I promise this was the result of hard work. But that one was a regular kappa, so we get all these bonus items. Yay!
Yay!
There had to be at least one in with all the red ones.
There's the knockdown. Is that the one you missed earlier?
No, this was
okay.
I missed 2 of them. That was one
Okay.
of them. And then this is like, this it's kind of weird because there's one at the start of the big area full of stuff, and then there's one sort of like 2/3 of the way up.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, kind of weird.
Okay,
don't
sure,
know.
why not?
Obviously, I had to go back and do that other one anyway because there was a Kadama up there, and we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
all the Kadamas. Because I've got the
And-
Kadama sense thing on one of the items I've got, and it's like, well, how bad would it be if I did that? If I didn't sense a Kadama, like if didn't get a Kadama when I can literally pinpoint the exact location of all of them on the minimap. It's like that would be the ultimate in folly.
Double prayer. Feeling particularly religious today. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I've got Kadama now. I need my drop. Hi. really anxious from the front, not too interested from the back.
You
I
keep
guess.
doing you there, buddy. Okay.
Yeah.
That freaking dude was just sort of was like, no, you didn't cut my head off. And the second time you were like, yes, I did, and then he was like, Blarg, I'm dead. It's like all of those shitty games that you played with the kid everybody hated in elementary school. Bang! I got you. No, you didn't. No, stop. We got you.
And fancy that, we have a little citadel up here. And yeah, some Rokudo Rukubi just pretending to sleep. But now it's
taking a
time
nap.
for our third new yokai to appear.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
This is the Namahage.
Oh, damn, son!
The Namahage is another Tuno special, you might say. Definitely popular in this region. They are you would call them a sort of a stronger, scarier version of the Yoki. Their reach is much greater. Their horns are much harder to hit, even though they are still the weak point. They've got a really good hard-hitting set of moves. And the Namahage are extremely fascinating, and we'll get to see lots more of them now, because now that we're at the village, there's going to be a lot more of them. And the Namahage are sort of, kind of like Oni, but only in resemblance. They're actually, unlike Oni, good-natured, benevolent creatures. And this is the funny part, is that what they like to do is they like to go around and scare the shit out of people who are being lazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't these guys basically like the industry demons insofar as like there's very few stories of them actually like truly going out of their way to hurt anyone, but they basically just try to bully you into being a better person. Like the funniest damn concept for a
the
demon
life therapist
ever.
yokai.
Yeah,
and though the name Namahage is like unique to this sort of region, these kinds of yokai do feature in different regions as well. Apparently, Namahage means peeled blisters, and that comes from them asking the question, "Have your blisters peeled yet?" to lazy people, because the idea is if they've spent too long sitting in front of a fire, you'll have gotten heat blisters on the soles of your feet from indolence.
What a delightful question. What an absolutely delightful question.
And there are apparently still some parts in the Akita prefecture where folks still dress up in the straw raincoats, wear the oni masks, and carry large fake knives, and just go from house to house pretending to be the Namahage. And you give them mochi, and they'll tell kids to be good. But they'll also bother newlyweds and make sure that they aren't misbehaving and being a bad couple for one another.
Oh hi!
Yeah, just
just hanging out. Don't worry about it.
You see, they've got very quick attacks. These guys.
Yeah, they you can. It's one of those things where you can definitely see how they're being what's sort of looking for telegraphed, but in another way of looking at things, by the time you see their telegraph, it's already too late. Like because they have those big yokai clouds that show up around them when they're cocking their wrists, but it's just like you had better already have your hand on the dodge button.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for them because they hit hard. Died to a lot of them, and I probably will die to a lot of them as we play. We'll see. Like we said, I've kind of at least for this particular level, kind of perhaps made myself a little too strong. But the difference will even itself out because obviously I won't be making enough. Won't be getting enough experience and everything like that to suitably level up, and so it will balance itself out. We won't be getting the weapon drops I require to make my gear way more powerful as well. Yeah, even out here.
Yep, I saw the three bands, and I was just like, wait, hold on a second. Well, go with an easy one, why don't you?
Oh, they're all easy.
Well, sometimes you have to freaking go into your sub menu and stuff.
No, they will only ever use those 9.
Oh, alright.
Which actually means that, if you don't have those on your sub-menu anymore, yeah, you might as well just kill them. It's actually kind of annoying. Yeah, a little more Hanzo.
Oh.
So it kind of seems like Date Masamune is building a yokai army. But he's not doing it the Kelly way, using alchemy and things like that to build it up. It seems like he's gathering up people who are cursed. He's gathering up benevolent spirits. You got to wonder, what could be making them all actually choose to work for him? Because they're still yokai. Yokai, what would motivate a yokai to help a human?
And particularly such a diverse set of yokai, because all of these different yokais have very different goals and motivations. It's part of what makes them yokai.
But their reason for helping out with Date Masamune are all the same. And we'll be meeting the reason why at the end of this level.
Oh, there it goes.
Can't do the double on them.
They're not lazy enough to get up too quick.
Yeah.
They're too busy bullying people into being better. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I made the mistake of I made the mistake of sort of pissing that guy off up there, and
I mean, you thought it looked like you forgot that he was a yokai and just expected to shoot his head off, and then he was like, "Oh, dog."
Well, it's difficult to remember who is who in this particular level. Oh, and now I'm going to be in trouble because I've managed to anchor a lot of things.
Oh. It looks like the looks like the yokai just knocked over your human buddy there for you.
And I
Oh,
accidentally angered the wall.
The wall, the wall, the wall. I would say the next part of the verse, but William is about to make this wall fall, so it wouldn't even bring through.
Yeah, so it sounds like they've captured Hanzo there, but they haven't killed him because killing him would require special permission. Ow.
We also know because Nekomata mentioned as we started out this level that he can still sense Hanzo. And if Hanzo was
At
dead.
least we know they're not. At least we know they're not. Priming up to kill him.
Yeah. Oh hey, what's going on, Kodama?
Yeah, there's a lot of
welcome.
Kadama in the in each level of the DLC because there aren't as many levels in these regions, so there's a lot. There's a lot less to pile up all the bonuses on. So naturally, they're a lot more densely packed in. But that all the same, this is still look at this. This is a very robust level. Mm-hmm. We've already gone through quite a lot, and we've still got a fair bit to go through.
Yeah, we've gone through a hill, we've gone through a dale, we're in a town now. I mean, things are happening. Things are happening hard in this level. Like that guy getting murdered. That just happened.
He was not watching out. What a fool he was.
Way too busy paying attention to his explosive rounds and his roaring gun ammunition. Because weirdly, that was all that was in that chest. I don't know what the hell.
Well, when you think about it, he was probably just like checking his rifle and loading it.
Check your ass.
Because he had a rifle. He had a rifle. It's actually one of those little bits of storytelling that makes sense when you think about it. Because he's a guard in the gunning tower. He had a gun, so he was obviously loading, and we jumped him.
And he just basically goes to hell and was just like, that wasn't fair. I got jumped. And the guardian of the underworld is like, yeah, that one sucked, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
King Yama just being like, sorry, man, but this is how it goes.
Like some people have to go in a way that's really shitty, and you were one of them. Too bad, so sad. Your dad. He's right
There's
here.
another one saying, we can't let him get to Lord Masamune. It's like, well, we're not near Lord Masamune right now, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's William though. Like he tends to find a way. He just keeps walking forward and killing things until a way presents itself.
I think Date Masamune would be very happy if William came up to him to fight.
I mean, Date Masamune would like even historically, the man loved to fight.
He kicked off a very big series of conflicts when he first became the head of the Date clan, particularly because one of the Date family, I believe, ran off to join the Ashina. So he basically started a fight, and if you were an ally of the Ashina, he conquered you on the way. And then they all sort of started teaming up to fight him. So he lost some, but then he learned from his losses and started winning some again. They tried a lot of different things to try and get him to stop. They tried to take his father hostage, and his father,
didn't work.
because his father had stepped down as the head of the clan and made Masamune the head of the clan, and his father just said, "Don't worry about me." And so there's a few different stories about how it went, but the most commonly accepted thing is that those that took the hostages and also the hostage itself were killed by Masamune's forces.
They just basically went in there like the Spetsnaz. They're going in there for the hostiles, and if the hostage lives, that's a bonus.
Unfortunate but truthful.
Yep. The truth hurts on that one, but that was kind of how Date did. The man truly loved fighting, both on the strategic sense and the tactical sense, and even just in terms of like his favorite pastimes. Like most of the stories is that like a lot of rulers would relax, like by reading, doing calligraphy, doing poetry, or with a quiet game of Go. Like, Date Masamune was basically always sparring. Like he always wanted people to come up and spar with him, and like he would tell them not to hold back, and just if he let his guard down, he wanted you to beat the crap out of him. Like, the man just loved fighting.
That said, actually, that said, he was fond of cooking actually, and came up with a few recipes in his time.
It is true.
Quite,
it is true.
Quite practical ones though. But there are still delicacies eaten today. Well, I say delicacies, but it's more like, you know, stuff involving bean curd and things like that.
I mean, like
they some bean curd.
they were frequently the sorts of things that you would see on a military campaign, right?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have like some sort of rare fish.
Read this, Revenant.
Wait, what?
Ryonojin, northbound Ryonojin.
Because he was heading north from here. Fan-fucking-tastic.
It's time to find some northbound poo! And he fell to his death. The fact that I think his body does appear in other locations suggests that he might be immortal as well, perhaps through his love of poo. Maybe he has a poo-based guardian spirit.
All the goddamn time.
Is there a Japanese poo spirit that
I'm sure we could figure one out if
so long as you love poo, you will never die.
I'm sure we could figure out a guardian spirit like that. We started researching. I'm not going to do that. Somebody in the comments do that, because I'm giving that a hard pass.
Still, it's good to see. Still good to see he's going around. We will see a few more remnants of him throughout the game, but we will also encounter him alive in a few other instances as well.
Just because this freaking guy, he's just got to have all of the poo everywhere, all the time.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
I will say with regard to Date Masamune's love of cooking and good food, like, it was actually his story that made me remark on something in a modern sense, and that was, I really am not clear on why there aren't more athlete chefs in the year 2020 or whenever this goes up. Because like, we're recording it in 2020. Like, there's that. Just because like athletes tend to love their sport. They love the exertion. They love what they do. So it, like, perhaps they're not quite as terminal as Date Masamune's, you know, passion was, but they're working just as hard. And those boys know how to eat. Like, I've known a number of like MMA fighters, baseball players, football players in my time personally. All of them boys know how to eat. They love to eat. And a lot of them don't mind preparing their own food. So why the hell don't more of you become chefs after you retire from the NFL, NBA, MMA, all of that stuff? Like, I want to see that happen. This is a shout out to all of our athlete viewers, which I'm sure we have like 2 of.
Become what you were meant to be. Become the chef.
Become the chef. Like, seriously, they know exactly what's good for you. They know exactly how you build muscle and get healthy, and they know exactly how to make food that tastes incredible. Because that's like half of the secret to, you know, being in really, well, it's even more than half, really. Like, the meme that I tell people is basically, if you want to make a change, it's it's 75% done in the kitchen, 25% done in the gym, and you have to be at least 85% good to make a change. But yeah, it's like, most of it is what you eat and how well you eat. It's just like, these boys know what they're doing. Why don't we have frickin', you know, insert your favorite athlete here, chef? And I'm done anyway. So, you know, let's talk to a boss.
Remember how I said there was like an apology centipede boss?
Oh,
Watch my
wow.
health.
Yep. Ow! Ow!
Now watch his health.
Booyah! Oh, dude! That freaking... You did 11,000 damage with that drop strike. Okay, good game, boy!
We will, don't worry, we will fight him a few more times, and you'll get to see him a lot more often. This was just me
Holy-
basically after that fight going, wow, yeah, I am a little too strong. But don't worry, we'll fight him and it'll be much harder later.
Good God, man.
And we'll talk...
You just punked that boy.
このわしが破れるとは。我遊武無双にして引くことを知らず。人取り橋にでも引かず、ついには鬼と化し、政宗様の刃となる。いつまで人の心でいられようか。これも霊石を使った報い。もはや時は残されておらぬ。政宗様の天下のため黒羽巻を率いて最後の戦へ向かわん。
It's just like, bro.
天下は我が殿のもの。
ウィリアム、お主は死んでおるのだぞ。
Do you believe everything you hear?
よう戻った。ウィリアム、青葉城へ急いでくれ。わしはやるべきことが残っておる。
Grossest guardian spirit.
Yeah, that's the first level, but you know, as always, there'll be lots of submissions to do, and we'll use that opportunity to talk a little bit more about Date Shigazane then. And until then, I've been the Last Robot Kai,
And I have been Cool Guy.
and we'll see y'all next time. As there is still so much to do. It isn't just like what happened with Kelly, though. It's different. It's the same, but it's different.